Hi, and thanks for joining me today. Today we're going to go over your Sharp operational panel on your MFP. So at the bottom, you'll notice your soft keys where it will show you in the bottom left-hand corner your toner volume. So it's a great gauge to keep track of how much toner you have and if you need to order and all that. The bottom here are your soft keys. You typically don't have to worry too much about them. You will notice you have your operation guide where you can click, get information quickly at your fingertips of something. So loading paper, we're going to click in there. We're going to click on loading paper here, how to load paper, or the different sizes and the types. Okay. Once you're done, just push your home button. It'll bring you back to your main screen, of course. Okay. You'll notice job status here. You always have it in your top right-hand corner, of course. Job status is your job queue. That's where you can see what's going on with the machine in regards to your print and scan, of course. Okay. Also, if I go to the bottom right, I can say complete and I can visually see what's been done. Okay. Again, if I click back or my home button, it will bring me back to my home screen. So this would be my home screen here, okay, where I've got my copy, my email, okay. So we're going to click on copy. In the middle, you'll notice you have your number pad to select how many copies, of course. Bottom right-hand corner, you'll have your black and white, your color start button, of course, and all your features will be on the left-hand side over here. So color mode, simply just select your black and white or your color button, depending on which what you want your output to be, of course. Original, we'll click on there. Again, most of the time you don't have to worry about original because once we put our document in the document feeder right up here or on the glass, it will detect it and it'll automatically select the paper tray down below. If for whatever reason we needed to actually specifically select a paper tray, we can go in here, highlight the tray, and you'll notice that that's where it's going to now pull your document from. Okay, perfect. Two-sided copy, if I click on there, by default, I'm set 1-to-1. You'll next notice I have 1-to-2, 2-to-2, and 2-to-1. When you click on 1-to-2 or 2-to-2, you'll notice you've got booklet and tablet. What does that mean? Booklet just means both upwards, so it's actually bound on the long edge. Tablet would be so that it's actually one upright, the other one upside down, so it's actually bound at the top, okay? Like a flip chart, okay? Perfect. If I click OK, it'll bring me back to my home screen, where if I was ready, I simply push my black and white or my color start button, and off I go. Copy ratio, that's where I can enlarge and reduce, of course, where I have manual keys to scroll up or scroll down, as well as I have presets. So saves me the guessing game. So let's say I have an 8.5 by 11 original. I want to blow it up to 11 by 17, 129, click right there. And again, once I put my original in the document feeder, it'll know to start pulling my 11 by 17 paper and scaling it to size, okay? Exposure, that's where I can lighten and darken, of course, okay? So you've got a few options as to how you want to lighten or darken your document, depending on what kind of document it is. Okay. Click OK. Again, it'll bring you out to here. Now, this machine has a finisher. So if you do have a finisher, you'll notice you have staple sort, where you have some options. Depending on which finisher you have, again, you might have the option of 1 staple, 2 staple, staple is staple, or saddle stitch. Saddle stitch is where you can actually make booklets, okay? So again, that will vary depending on the finisher that you would have. If I click on others, you do have a lot more features and functions, of course. Most of them are pretty self-explanatory, you'll notice. If there's any questions that you do have, please feel free to reach out to us and we will be able to give you more information on those, okay? If I click home, it'll bring me back to my home screen where, of course, if I wanted to scan now, I simply just say email and I can now say address book, select a recipient, okay? Or I can simply click in here, click and subject, direct entry. I get a keyboard where I can actually rename the subject, okay? Also, file name. File name will actually allow me to rename the files. So makes things a little bit easier because if I need to forward the document out, I can simply rename it here, send it to myself. But when I forward it off, I'm just going to say forward, erase the FW, save the recipient, put the recipient's email address, and off it goes. And now I don't have to worry about remembering to delete the document that I saved to rename to send out again. Okay. Color mode, if there's any color, it should pick it up. If not, it'll send it black and white. If I click on there, you do have some options, of course, okay? Resolution goes up to 600 DPI. Keep in mind, the higher you go in resolution, the higher you go in file size. Now, depending on what model you have, of course, you might have the ability to also OCR, where you'll notice under file format, your default would be PDF. You do have TIFF and JPEG, which is customary on all our machines. But on this series, you will notice you also have DocX and XLSX. So DocX would be Word. So if I select DocX, I scan it to myself, it's actually going to start scanning it and converting it into a Word document. So when I receive it in my email, I can simply open it up, say enable edit, and I can now start remanipulating the document. Once I'm done, I can simply save it as a PDF again, and off I go. Okay. Original, this is where I could tell it it's a two-sided original. 99% of the time, you're going to select two-sided booklet. Just means it's going to send both pages upwards. Okay. Click OK. Exposure, of course, that's where I can lighten and darken again. Okay. And if I click others, again, you do have some functions and features in here. If you do have any questions about those, please feel free to reach out to us. We'll be more than happy to go through any of those concerns, okay? Simply, again, make sure when you're scanning, you have your document in the document feeder. You will then notice you have your start button in the bottom right-hand corner. Press your start button, it's gonna start scanning, and off I go, okay? It will start showing you, and now it's sending our job. Okay, so we can see it in the job queue. If I click there, again, I can confirm that it's sending. Okay, so it's processing. There we go. Sending, and then it will change over to complete. Okay, perfect. Again, if I push my home button, it will bring me to my main screen here. Okay. You also have easy copy, which it's just giving you same as copy, not as much functionality as you would have in the other in your actual full copy menu, but you can select your paper trays in there. Okay, you can tell it to double side, so 1 to 1, 1 to 2, 2 to 2, 2 to 1. Okay, you can change the copy ratio, and again, if you do have a stapler or a 3-hole punch, you will find it located right there as well. Okay. Your black and white and your color start button, of course, for easy copy. If I scroll over to the next screen, again, I can change the exposure if I needed to, which is lightening and darkening of the screen. Perfect. Great. Well, hope that helps. If you do have any further questions, please feel free to reach out to us. We will be more than happy to help you. Thank you very much for your time today, and have yourself a great day.